Audio Jungle.
Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. So in this video we are going to talk about one of the grammar lesson. So let's start with the target competencies of the lesson. Number one, students should or will be able to identify and recognize the modal verbs and their function. In this lesson we are going just to focus on the function of ability, permission, obligation, and prohibition. The second competency is the student should use the modal verb meaningfully. Now, and as a title of the lesson, so it has to do with more. For example, so what do you see in this picture? So here we have a boy. Is he sick or he is well? Fine. So what's the matter with him? So he is sick. Let's draw a sentence based on this situation using a modal verb. So the boy is sick. He is sick. In fact, he must see a doctor. So here we have the modal. It is highlighted in red. Okay, this is the modal. It is must. So its function, it is something which is necessary, obligatory. So because this boy is sick, so he must go to the doctor. He must visit the doctor in order to check his situation. Okay, so here we have the modal. It is must. It express obligation. Let's move to this picture again. So what do these signs mean? So number one here, it's not allowed to smoke, and here we have it's not allowed to use a mobile phone. Let's draw a sentence. You mustn't use mobile phone at school. So the model here is must not. Okay, so is it obligation? No. So it is not obligatory. So it is prohibited to use the mobile phone. It is against law. In fact, it's not allowed to use the mobile phone or to smoke. If you are in a certain places like hospital, it's not allowed to smoke in those places. There is a rule that say you don't have to do that. So you have to abide by the rule. You must not break it. So the model here is mustn't. Okay, and it express prohibition. Let's move to the next picture. What do you see here? So here we have a student and teacher situation on Sundays. Do we go to school? This is a question. No, we don't have to go to school. So the situation, we don't have to go to school on Sunday. Why? Because it is a day off. It's not an obligation. Okay, it's not prohibition, but it is lack of obligation or lack of necessity. Not necessary to go to school on Sundays. Okay, because it is a day of no school, no work. Okay, so the model here don't have to, so it expresses lack of necessity, something which is optional. Let's move to the next slide. So here we have he must see a doctor. We have as well you mustn't use your mobile phone at school. And we have another sentence here. She can play the guitar. The modals in these samples, here we have must, we have mustn't, and we have can. As we said, must express obligation, mustn't expresses lack, prohibition, and can it express ability. Now, what are mustn't, and can? So must, mustn't, and can. So they are more modals. Now, let's move to the next slide. Let's have a look at this example and study them. So example number one, he is sick, so he must see a doctor. So the model is must, okay, and the use or the meaning. So it means obligation, or the function it is obligation. So the second example is you mustn't use a mobile phone at school. The model in this sentence is mustn't. Its function or its meaning is prohibition. The next one we have, we don't have to go to school on Sundays. This is number one. Number two, she doesn't have to wake up early in the weekend. We have two sentences, one modal verb, one in the plural, the second is in the singular. Okay, so the modal are don't have to, doesn't have to. Their function, they express no obligation or lack of necessity. The next one, or the next example, he can play the guitar and I can swim. So the modal in this case is can. The function in this sentence, it expresses ability. Let's move to the next one here. He is sick, so he can't go to school. The function, the modal in this example is can't. Okay, and the function or the meaning is inability. Let's go back to the picture that we saw. We have a sick boy. Is he able to go? So he is not able. So he is unable to go to school. So because we have a so here we have the sentence. Here he is sick, so he can't go to school. So here we have the model is can't, and express inability. So it is the opposite of ability. Let's draw this sign here, or the symbols to draw. Those are two opposite things. Here we have can, it express ability, okay, and here we have can't, it expresses inability. Let's move to the next example. Can I watch TV, Mom? So here we have a sentence in a form of question. Okay, so the model here is can, can, but the function is it expresses permission. The model here in this sentence or in this context, it expresses permission. It differ from this one here, I can swim, and it differ as well from I can't go to school or he can't go to school. So here we have can, it expresses permission. Let's have a look at the last sample. What do we have? May I go out, please? Okay, so here we have may I go out, please. So this is a sentence. The model is may. So the function, it expresses permission. So can and may are two modals in in those cases, or in these situations, they expresses they express permission. Now let's put this. So we have an exercise. It says fill in the gap with must, mustn't, or don't have to. I invite you to look at this exercise and do do it carefully. Read the sentence and do it carefully. Thank you for watching.